Cincinnati game here at the Cotton Bowl. Sugar Bowl, I said. It's Cotton Bowl. Maybe just sugar on the mind. But, yeah, this one has been a real interesting game. You know, I think Cincinnati physically has matched up well with Alabama, but in the trenches is where Alabama has had the edge leaning into them, and Cincinnati not able to crack for the big play. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I completely agree with you here. There's opportunities Cincinnati is just given away where I really did expect them to come out that little bit stronger. It looks like they're putting 2 more seconds on the clock here. I'm not sure why they're doing that. It's 4th and 14th for Cincinnati with 2 seconds left all of a sudden.
Well, usually
So,
it just means that, someone got out of bounds or something before the clock expired, and probably the case here. But Ritter rolls back, gets sacked by Alabama. Anderson, what a year he's had. He's probably one of the top NFL draft choices coming up. But, I think that, what we see here is an SEC team against an AAC team. I think we can't take anything away from Cincinnati in this one, and we got to give everything to Alabama here, who has not just, they don't just have more talent up and down the roster, because they do. I mean, they have a top 5 recruiting class every single year. They have Nick Saban, who's won, 7 national championships. They have, basically anything that you would want if you want to, win a championship. But at the same time, it's never a foregone conclusion, and you still got to win. And sometimes driving the Cadillac not as easy as it sounds. We've seen coaches slip up on these all the time.
absolutely. So the line closed at 14 in this one, right? So they're pushing on that spread
Well,
right now.
I saw around game time, I saw the line drop to 13 in spots. So there was a
Okay.
lot of late betting on Cincinnati, and we've seen Alabama in the second half of games this year really be susceptible to
Yeah.
getting beat. Like when they lost to Texas A&M, they lost in that second half. We saw them in the first game of the season against Miami, and they struggled in that one.
I tell you,
In the second half, even though the game was clearly in hand.
yeah, absolutely. I tell you, Mitch, one of the highlights of the year for me was watching that Texas A&M mom as her son kick that for the win there. That's just, yeah, complete highlight of the year for me.
We've got Cincinnati +5 in the second half, as Joe said. They're right around where the original number was, but I
Yeah.
think what a lot of people are looking at and is exactly what we're seeing, and that is, Alabama just really big up front on both sides, and it's got to be wearing down Cincinnati. Like I said, take nothing away from Cincinnati in this one at all. This one really is more about Alabama. Yeah, we see the stats. We know that, well, how you would expect Alabama to be dominating.
Yeah.
You have an AAC team. It's Cincinnati, okay, playing in the college football playoff. They're outside of the Power 5 conferences. They've made it all the way to the playoff. I'll tell you what, down by 14 points, I think they've done a hell of a job. I mean, I was
have
on
they ever.
Alabama for the game personally. I bet on Alabama. As a matter of fact, I bet the extended line at 20.5. And I think that Cincinnati being 14 points down here at the half, really down by 7, the bulk of the half. It was just a late touchdown there. They have played a hell of a game. And you can't take anything away from them. And it's basically like saying, oh, Alabama. It's, these comments about Alabama and talking about how they're dominating, and I see in the comments, it's kind of like saying, oh, yeah, if the Dallas Cowboys played the high school across the street, they would really, it's like, yeah, you're not telling anybody anything that they don't know, that we don't know. This Cincinnati team, and like I said, I'm on the other side. I bet Bama. This team has changed the face of college football forever. College football will never, ever be the same after this year. Now that they've cracked that seal, that they've made it outside the Power 5, we are going to see an expanded playoff. Cincinnati's on their way to the Big 12, right? It's not going to affect them one way or another. Next year, they're in the AAC again, and the following year, they move to the Big 12. So they'll be in a Power 5 conference. But non-Power 5 teams, the landscape has been changed forever because of this game and this team, and I think we have to give them some credit.
Oh, absolutely. We have Austin in the comments. He's actually at the game. So I wish I was at this game with you, Austin. It's a good one for sure.
I haven't really been to a game in years at this point, and I haven't been off the island in years. So I can only imagine what it's like. But, I think that the play here, I think you got to go with Alabama and lay the 5
I
points.
think you do.
I think you do.
I'm with you here. Right. I'm on Cincy for the game. I'm going to tell you guys, plus the 14 points. But what I'm seeing out of this Alabama team, I'm going to have to take them in the second half. I really do think they're too strong.
Here's a comment in the comments that just doesn't even make any sense. Cincinnati's supposed to have this great offense, has done absolutely nothing. They're a non-Power 5 team playing against the SEC champion. Yeah. In what world do you live in? I mean,
absolutely. Right, Cincy is playing one heck of a game. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing out of them. So
yeah, this is a huge mismatch. On paper, it's an even bigger mismatch. I bet Alabama. I bet them 20.5. But believe me, the fact that they're not up by 35 or 40 at this point, is pretty amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Is.
Yeah, that Cincinnati, they've made them punt more than Georgia did.
Yep. Right? It's surprising how many times they've got them off the field where we've seen other better teams, like you said, Georgia, getting them with them getting those downs, and Cincinnati's not letting them.
I think for as much as Alabama has dominated this game, for it to be a 14-point game is nothing short of miraculous here for Cincinnati, and a real credit to them.
Absolutely.
A real credit to them. We're not going to take anything away from Cincinnati here. You give Cincinnati, you give them a few top 5 recruiting classes and see what the score is then. They don't have that, and they've done way more with less.
Yep. They have for sure.
There's not a quarterback. This Matthew Hill, nothing about college football. Zero.
I can't see his comments. It must be on Facebook.
Yeah, it's just, this guy knows absolutely nothing about college football. It's unbelievable. This quarterback for Cincinnati is hurting them.
Oh.
What did every other quarterback in the country from the Southeast Conference, from the SEC, what did they look like against this Alabama pass rush? This number 31, Anderson, on Alabama, has the record, the most tackles for loss of any player in the history of college football, which, by the way, is 150 years.
Yeah, a complete beast, right?
Yeah. What do you expect is going to happen here? Yeah. I think that a lot of people, were looking at Cincinnati, maybe some value that we saw that they have the big corners, and they have really, in the passing game, have done a really nice job against the pass. It's in the trenches, and Nick Saban not afraid to run it 9-10 times in a row. This massive line with this massive running backs, but we'll see what happens in the back. In the second half. I'm on Alabama second half. I have Alabama bet twice this game, once at the original point spread, once at 20.5 extended out. I feel good on both of those still. But if Cincinnati comes back and makes a game of it, I'm not shocked. We saw Alabama dominating Notre Dame in the playoff a couple of years ago. Notre Dame came and backdoored them on the final drive of the game. We saw Alabama in many games this season in the second half give up big yards in the second half. Yeah,
we absolutely did. It's going to be an exciting second half for sure.
We'll say Alabama. We're going to find out what they're made of over the next couple of weeks. And we saw them against Georgia, and we saw them against Texas A&M. We've seen Alabama. This is not a great team, but it's in this game. What we're seeing is that they're playing against an AAC team.
Very, very true. So I'm excited. This is, shaping up to be a very good game. So I'm glad it's not a complete blowout. I would hate to be here at halftime where Alabama's up 40-0. So I'm glad to see it's going this way. And
Cincinnati does get the ball here for the second half.
Yep.
Hold the excuses. I have Alabama. At least I give out my picks before the game. It's like just clowns. It's clown day here. It's close out the year.
Live on Facebook. That's what did it.
Yep. C stands for clown.
C stands for clown. Yeah, I completely agree
with you. Real brave person here. Wow. I like Alabama. Wow. Guts.
Probably took Alabama on that money line.
Yeah, probably took Alabama. Probably one of those.
$5 million.
Probably one of those Facebook comments. Alabama money line.
I still don't understand how people think that is a smart bet. I would rather lose a bet with a dog than
The
take a
thing is
huge
that
favorite on that
the
money
thing
line.
is, Joe. So the thing is that you have nothing bet on Alabama. You have nothing.
No.
We
No.
know that. You're some guy. Yeah, I have 5,000. Nope, you can't show anything because you're just some Facebook icon. You're nothing. You can't show us anything. You're a joke.
Absolutely. You guys make sure you hit that like button for us.
I can prove it.
Appreciate it greatly.
You have nothing. You're a punchline.
Oh,
You're
guys,
the butt of our jokes.
Happy 2021.
It's like
We're rolling
unbelievable,
into
man.
22.
Like, unbelievable.
Absolutely.
What a joke.
Someone asked in the comments what I'm having for dinner for New Year's. It is going to be a Camembert cheese and champagne, I think, on the menu tonight. So that's about it. Nice charcuterie board there. Maybe some olives.
The charcuterie board.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking about putting a little something on Cincinnati money line here for the second half. Joe.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm hedging out because these comments are so moronic that normally that means that, how many of these halftimes have we seen these just really dumbass comments, and then the other side is basically straight money?
Yeah, so many. I would love to see them get that money line cover in that second half. Would be
I think
beautiful.
so too. What is it here for the second half?
My book isn't showing it. It's not even giving me the option to bet Cincinnati on the money line in the second half, which is huge red alarm.
So I got it at plus 210.
Nice.
So the thing is, I basically can hedge out of my bets if I want. If I take Cincinnati plus 210 for the money line for the second half, I got it at. I have the game at 13.5 and 20 and 20.5. So I could actually hedge out of my 13.5 here at half the price. So I can take this, right? I can take Cincinnati plus 210 for half of my initial bet on that. If it hits, then I break even. If it loses, I win half my original bet amount.
There you go. It's a good way to take it. I like it. Since I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Cincy came back with a vengeance in the second half, took the second half.
Well, the thing is, they're getting whipped up front.
They are. They really are. But they're playing with heart. They're giving it all they have. We could see Alabama come back out in the second half thinking that they have this one easy.
Yeah,
right. That's the only thing that scares
I don't think
me.
so. But we've seen. I don't think Nick Saban would allow that to happen. But we've seen Alabama look so sloppy in the second half of so many of their games this season. We've seen them just a million times. I mean, from that first game of the season, even against Miami, they were terrible in the second half.
Yep. Absolutely.
Alabama is better than Cincinnati. Wow, that's a reach, man. Oh my God. Wow, you must really know your college football.
Yeah.
I'm hoping you're as young as you look in your picture. That's all I can hope. If you are, then congrats on having the guts to make a comment. More of a man than 90% of our audience who just pot shots without even putting a picture up.
And having a picture up there too, right?
Straight guts.
Because most people
I like this kid.
I like him too. Right?
Call us in 6 years for that Become a Capper contest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to hedge out here on the Cincinnati money line. It actually dropped to plus 185, so it's not quite the same hedge.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Just in case.
Just in case. I don't blame you, Mitch.
Why not?
This is one of those games.
It's one of those games where it's like I was pretty sure of myself with Alabama, and I like the way they're dominating in the trenches, but the comments really make me believe that Cincinnati is probably going to come out here and make a game of this.
Yeah. Right? When people are so heavy on Alabama here in the comments.
Yeah, well,
that's exactly what the books
not
want.
Not even. That's exactly what they want. It's not even like heavy in the comments. It's just unrealistic. It's like it's not what's happened on the field. You know, so it's like, the score is the score.
Oh, I wish I was at this game. Like a couple of our people watching right now. It would be a definite fun game.
I've been
I
to
love how you have your tea, Mitch. That's awesome.
I've been to a lot of national championship games. I've been fortunate that I'm a Miami fan, and we've played for so many. We've played for we played in 9 and
Okay.
won 5.
I like it.
So not fun to lose them, but it sure is fun when you win.
Absolutely. I can imagine the excitement at those stadiums with the win. It'd be unbelievable. I haven't had the privilege of going to one of these games.
Yeah, so we have another moron in the comments, another big shot.
On Facebook?
No, it's on YouTube. It's on the sports chat channel. I'll show you. I'll put his picture up so you can see just how wonderful this person is. There he is, Brian O'Shea. This definitely looks like a guy that I would listen to his advice. He's the more we talk, the more points he's given Bama.
Oh, okay.
Because he's so much better than us.
So here's my question, Brian. Why the hell are you here?
Exactly.
Right?
Because he's got a really good life.
That's what I always wonder. I'm like, okay, so you don't like us, then why are you here? Like, don't be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I could care less. You're not doing me any favors.
No.
This is going to be 2022 is going to be a different year. I'll tell you that much.
I can't wait, Mitch. I'm so excited for 2022.
I am too. We had a meeting this morning, Joe and I. We have some really big things going on. Joe met some members of our team I don't think you ever met before.
No,
so
never.
Cool, right? See, we have other people.
Yep.
People are like, the people think it's just me, right? Or something. It's like they don't realize we have like 100 people. And it's like, and some of them are super freaking smart. I mean, like off the chain,
God,
like, right? It's like super impressive. It's like, what, you think I could do that? That's like, I have really smart people that work with me. That's the answer.
Yeah, you definitely do. So, yeah, it was a great meeting this morning. I can't wait for 2022. Yep. It's going to be an amazing year.
So many things. And I sent out a tweet. I sent out a tweet showing us against one of our larger competitors on YouTube. I tweeted out on our Pick Dogs account, and I also retweeted on my Betting Badass. So you guys can see.
I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait.
I didn't send out like that whole thing. I mean, I just sent out the stats, just one thing of it. Just, this is what happened.
I love it. I can't wait to share that. I am so proud to be a member of the Pick Dogs crew. So
yeah, the casinos are
definitely
paying up for these. The casinos are paying up for these cappers. That makes a lot of sense.
Casinos are paying up for the cappers?
That's what this guy says in the comments. How is Cincinnati going to score points? I don't know, but it's like the way these comments are going, they're going to find a way. It's like, I can just tell you that much. Most of the time when we have comments like this, and this is Joe's first year doing halftimes with me, and she's seen it. And I told her this before we started. I'm like, you're going to see comments. People are going to just be on the opposite of everything. And it's like, we've seen some games that look like super convincing, like where it looks even we get sucked in on stuff like this. And what was it? The Steelers against, who were they playing on that Monday night game pretty recently? They were getting just dominated. And
was it KC?
I don't know.
Steelers in Kansas City?
No, that was a wipeout. But it was like a Monday night game. And it was like the Steelers, and they're getting blown out. And it was like, they came all the way back, sure enough.
Oh, was that the Browns? No, we got the Browns coming up. They came back against the Ravens and won December 5th. And then we had them against the Titans and the Vikings. I don't think they got the cover against the Vikings. They blew out the Chargers actually won that one.
Maybe that was the game the Chargers won. The Chargers were like dominating.
Yeah. And they covered the second half spread, the Steelers, I believe, in that one. The Lions, I still can't believe they tied with the Lions there, 16-16.
Well, Roethlisberger was out that week.
Yeah.
It was like the big COVID week.
Absolutely.
Well, this is an extended halftime, that's for sure.
It's going long.
Taking their sweet ass time. We're 20 minutes into this halftime. We did catch that last play of the second half here.
Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest ready in Times Square in New York. I didn't think they were dropping the ball this year. I thought they were not going to do it.
I guess they are. That's exciting to see. I always love their New Year's shows.
I've been there twice, and they bid to put their name on your videos. No, they don't. Those are like the other people. They're not like they act like they're sponsored or something, but they're actually not. They're like, it's like they get paid to sign you up, like salesmen.
Yeah. I don't think people realize that. So
no.
I have never been to New York for New Year's. That's definitely on my bucket list.
I've been there. I've been to Times. I used to live in New York, and I went to Times Square twice. In all the years that I lived there, and I have to say, both times I said the exact same thing: never again. And it was the first time I said never again, and then I went back again a year or two after that, and then that was never again. And I'm good.
That's actually somewhere. I know my mom's not watching now, but in the future, I want to send her and her boyfriend back. They went to New York right before everything got shut down. So they were having an amazing trip for his 50th before COVID hit. So right as they got there, sports shut down. So I want to send them on that trip one of these years so they can redo it.
Rod likes the third quarter over 12.5 in a game that saw 20 points in the first half. Pretty gutsy call considering that one last touchdown kind of was like came out of nowhere. It was very fast.
Yeah.
But, maybe that cracked the seal. We'll have to see.
Maybe. We'll see.
But Rod's been pretty good in college football this year. We will see. But I was on Alabama. I was ready to go Alabama. I was betting Alabama, and then I saw all the comments here, and you guys turned me. I'm on Cincinnati. Second half is like all these geniuses on here.
Yeah.
This really doesn't take much. It's like I see that many people and that kind of comments. It's like no chance. It's like no chance at all. But, yeah, Joe, so big plans tonight, going New Year's Eve partying. You got your noisemakers already?
You know what? I wish I was headed out to all the pubs and everything, but I'm just going to stop by a couple of friends' houses. We got an early show tomorrow, so I'll make it to New Year's, but it's going to be a pretty tame New Year's compared to every other year.
I'll make it to about 8:15, and there is fireworks here. You can see them from like we're right by some of the really nice hotels, and they shoot them out over the ocean, and you can see them all from my house. But of course, I'll be sleeping. My wife will wake me up and say the fireworks. I'll turn over, and I'm like, okay, that's nice.
We'll have fireworks in my town too, so I'll definitely be enjoying them from a window. I will not be going outside in minus 35, so. But definitely enjoy those tonight. I'm excited. I love ringing in the new year. I'm still going to get dressed up, stop by friends' houses, and just make it a little tamer.
Do we have a full cast of characters for tomorrow? I don't even know what's going on in tomorrow.
You know what? I have asked who's coming in. I think we got 3 replies. Tyler, no, I won't be hungover. If anything, I might still be up. If the parties go good, all of my bets will be going in tonight. Anyway, before I head out around 9:30 my time.
I was in the studio when we started. There's some great games tomorrow. Great games. College basketball is a loaded schedule, and really, really good schedule. College football, good schedule tomorrow as well. And then, of course, NFL Sunday coming up. We've got the full card, except for Monday Night Football. This is the biggest Sunday NFL card of the second biggest next week. But this will be the biggest NFL Sunday card of the season.
Yep.
Because there's no Thursday night, no Saturday, just one Monday night, and that's it. Next week, I believe everything's on Sunday too. So next week actually might be a bigger card. But here we go, the start of the third quarter. We're going to do it just the same way we do the NFL. We're going to just do the one drive, and we'll see what happens. Cincinnati, of course, receiving the second half here. Boy, this could have been a different game if the Bearcats recover that punt, that muffed punt. but
Yeah.
they didn't. I thought the Bearcats defense fought the good fight. Like I said, I bet Alabama before the game. At halftime, I hedged off and took Cincinnati money line second half, only because of the comments. This guy has to go. I've had enough. It's like, I can't take bad spelling. He's just murdering the English language here. He's just murdering it. I can't do it. Sorry.
What's your wife and the family that's in visiting going to do tonight? Are they going to go down and watch the fireworks from the beach?
No, from our house we have a panoramic view of the ocean, so the fireworks will be going off over the ocean. You can see it from our house. We are really lucky. We just have just an awesome view and just a great place to watch the fireworks from. Cincinnati ball here on the 25-yard line to start the second half. Ritter in the shotgun. He's got to get something going here. Cincinnati, you got to figure they need some points now of some kind, at least a field goal. Of course, a touchdown would do it better. It's a quarterback draw, designed play, and Ritter gets around the corner out about 9.5 yards on the scramble. Looked like he was just, and we've seen this a couple times from Cincinnati. We saw it on the drive where they got the field goal. Just, a step away from really breaking a long one.
Yeah. Absolutely, he was. So that was a great play. You're probably 2 seconds ahead of me. So when you were calling that, I was still seeing him run.
Well, Cincinnati back to the line here. It looks like a timeout. Oh, injured player. That's a cramp. I know that look, and I know that feeling. That is most certainly a cramp.
Ouch. Calf cramp?
Yep.
Ooh,
nothing fun about that.
No.
Yeah, see, there's nothing there that would show it be anything more than a cramp.
Yeah.
It's a great tackle. Get him off the field.
Yeah, pick him up, carry him off.
Yeah,
Let's get going
next.
here. They're going to stretch him out. We had the Vegas Golden Knights cover the puck line.
Randy Miller didn't like our show. He doesn't like our show.
Okay.
He's confused.
Randy, have a wonderful day. We'll see you.
He's confused. He thought it was a halftime betting show, but he's hoping to get our opinion on a good second half bet. But he contributes 0 to our channel, right? So, or anything. He's not a supporter level. He's not a premium member. He's nothing. And yet, he's disappointed in the free picks that we gave.
Sorry, Randy. We'll try to live up to your expectations.
Let's just change the whole thing. Let's just change the whole vibe.
Yeah. Let's just call this We're Here for Randy Show.
Yes. We call it The Randy Show.
The Randy Show. There we go.
Oh, you Randy.
Oh, man. Anyway, I'm excited to see Vegas got the cover on the puck line over the Ducks. So I've been waiting for that one to go.
First down for the Bearcats. Just a little carry up the middle. Now Cincinnati player. No, he's not injured. It's just his shoe came undone. And Cincinnati back to the line. It's not a hurry up that they're running. It's just a, kind of no huddle type thing.
Yep.
Ritter in the gun. Gets back, drops back to pass. He throws complete over the middle, about 8.5, 9 yards on the reception there. We're going to have second and short once again. This is a good situation for Cincinnati. When we've seen them be able to move the ball on that earlier drive, it was doing this, getting these putting themselves in these second and short situations. They've been pretty conservative in these second and short spots. Of course, these are great spots for the play action, but we'll see if Cincinnati maybe try and take a shot here on second and short, or if they just are content to just try and move the football and pick up another first down. No, Ritter back to pass. It's an out slant. It's caught. So he gets about 6 or 7 yards.
Nice.
Really a good play. Good enough. Moves the sticks and keeps things moving. I guess against Alabama, you don't want to take a lot of chances because if you turn the ball over, you're done. It's game over.
Yeah.
But
absolutely, they have to play smart like this.
And Alabama is certainly susceptible in the second half. They have been this season. I thought it was a very public dog here with Cincinnati, but those comments in the YouTube, at halftime really made me think different. And another first down here for the Bearcats. They're just matriculating the ball down the field, chunk play after chunk play. 10 yards, 11 yards, 12 yards, whatever it takes. But the sticks are moving, and the Bearcats in Tide territory here, looking to put 7 on the board, about the 36-yard line of the Crimson Tide. Joe, you know why the Alabama mascot is an elephant?
I have absolutely no clue why.
Because I forget what year it was. It was way back when. It's like the Alabama team came onto the field and said, "It's like a herd of elephants coming onto the field." Cincinnati for 9 yards. Again, a chunk play on first down. Cincinnati is putting themselves in position. They're staying on schedule. And I think if you ask Luke Fickell exactly what he wanted to do for the second half, I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered. Now, if he can finish this one off with 7 points, I think, he's got to feel pretty good about his team and his chance of covering this point spread.
Yeah, absolutely. They just need to keep playing like this, right? They just have to drive it down the field smart. And
2nd and 1 from the Alabama 26. Ritter keeps the ball, gets it down to about the 24.5-yard line. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I love when I see quarterbacks run it in like that and not slide. He went shoulders first into that. So it was good to see. What do you think, Mitch? You feeling the 7 points on this drive? Looking pretty solid right now.
It is looking pretty good so far. But so the 24-yard line, 1st and 10, Cincinnati trying to stay on schedule. They've been getting about 8-9 yards on these plays, and they get about 5.5 on this one, depending on where the spot is, maybe 6. So we're going to have 2nd and probably about 4 yards. So Cincinnati keeping it in that 2nd and short, that manageable time. But this now is a little different than those 2nd and 1 and 2s that we've seen on all the other ones prior to the drive. They need to get positive yardage here. You do not want to be in 3rd and 4. Then you're probably looking, at a field goal situation. I would try something to the outside. I know that it's tough. You got to fake something inside, maybe shake them up a little bit. But 2nd and 5 is what they're calling it. Need to get to the 19. It's an inside draw. I do not like that call. Like I said, You should have faked to the inside and then tried something to the outside, maybe a reverse even to a wide receiver. But I do not like that call there at all. And it ends up now 3rd and 5. And, now the Tide knows what you're going to do. And usually not a good situation. We've got our eyes circled on 31 here, Anderson. This is where he lives. So, you got to figure that, if we know that's the guy to watch, that Cincinnati does, see if they have to leave somebody open. He's lined up closest to us at the bottom of the screen. And here he comes through the middle. Ritter into the end zone, overthrows his receiver. It never had a chance.
No, not even close there.
Close.
Oh, disappointing to see. That's for sure.
Disappointing. Well, Cincinnati has a horrid kicker, so we're going to see exactly what happens here. The worst kicker in the country happens to be at Cincinnati. He's 8 of 18 after hitting that earlier field goal. He was 7 of 17 prior. Now he's 8 of 18. He did hit that field goal in the first half, 33-yarder. It's his first field goal. It was his first field goal attempt since October 8th.
Now, did Alabama miss a field goal in the first half? I was producing the soccer show, and so I saw something going, and I wasn't sure.
I don't believe so. But Cincinnati's on the board here. They scored the 3 points, so they needed to get something. They've got something. So Cincinnati up 3-0 for the second half. And
is that Mahomes watching the game there?
It looks like it.
Does look like it. Yeah, and Kelsey's there.
Yep. Oh, yeah, behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chiefs are playing the Cowboys tomorrow.
They are.
Yeah, so that makes sense because that's the same stadium.
Yeah.
So Bama did miss one. Oh, yeah, the false start. I saw. Oh, yeah, the false start. And then they false started. They false started and then hit and then made it.
Gotcha.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you in a few hours. I don't know if Joe is coming or not. She says she is, but we'll see.
I might be dressed up by then.
She might be all dressed up. We're not going to let her make me look that bad. Well, I guess we will. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Aloha. If you don't catch the late show, have a happy, healthy, safe New Year's Eve. Don't be an idiot. Don't be one of those people. You know, don't let
Yeah,
your
don't.
friends talk you into it either. Just don't be one of them. What do we call it? Amateur hour, right?
Yeah, no bad decisions tonight, you guys.
Ugh.
Only smart, good decisions going into 2022.
Oh, I hate bad decisions.
Oh, I know. They seem so fun at the time, but trust me, you'll regret it tomorrow morning.
Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome day. I'll see you in a few hours for halftime. Michigan, Georgia, and of course, drive-through starts in just about 10 minutes.